Hi there, welcome to Island Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Capricorn energy. And we get the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the reason that came out is because of the Chariot card. So it could just, we all have our dualistic nature, right? And there could be a part of you that instead of getting in the driver's seat of your own life and loving yourself and moving forward victoriously, you could be tempted to repeat a pattern and align with living more from your mind than your heart and not wanting to see the truth about something. There is a possibility there would be somebody you could get in a relationship with where if you were to get in a relationship with them, maybe you'd feel like you'd look like the victor or you won, or that by worldly standards it would look like it was successful. But there's part of you that knows that if you were to do that, that you could do it because you don't want to see the truth, that you should move away from someone or move forward in a relationship with someone who's offering you love because, I don't know if that could be out of your comfort zone. I think we can all have a hard time. If you're a loving, giving person and you're used to kind of indulging other people who don't treat you the way you treat them, being in relationships with people who treat us the way we treat them can feel weird, and we could go repeat an old pattern of relationship. And if we move forward with people in the energy of love, we do have to be willing to quit indulging some ways within ourselves that we need to detach from, which could be living more from our mind than our heart, making our life more about being in a relationship and settling for being in a relationship because it looks good by worldly standards, but we're not going to grow and mature ourselves in that relationship because maybe the other people we'd be aligning with are more motivated and inspired by indulgence or indulging you, or more about the world and image than love. So if you align with your more shadowy Aquarius energy, you're going to align with other people in the world that harness more shadowy Aquarius energy. And none of them have to be an Aquarius sun sign. We all harness these energies. And it can be people who don't require you to see the truth about yourself. Maybe you're used to being more indulged in a relationship because that's what shadowy Aquarius energy can be. Maybe you're used to being in relationships and where people want to be in a relationship with you because of your status, because of your image, and they indulge you, in your looks, or because you have social status or something, whatever it is, where we don't really have to be bold and brave in love and move forward in a more balanced way, not living more from our mind than our heart, not living more from our ego or our more emotionally defensive nature, not where we make our life more about competing in the world or ego and image. And you might know some people who you had hoped to move forward with in a relationship, in love, and some of those people weren't being truthful and honest, and you could just still, kind of be attracted to them. But I would say, your dreams won't come into reality with those people, because if you want to be in a relationship based on an emotionally balanced, loving relationship, because the Chariot and the Two of Cups is Cancer energy, and it talks about how both people have to have done the work to have reconciled themselves with their past and their egoic nature and their past pain and heartbreak to really have a dream come into reality based on love. And if you know someone that there's something they don't want to tell the truth about, which could just be their own shadowy nature, they could want you to chase them, indulge them in a relationship where they don't really have to get in the driver's seat of their life and make it about love. Come get in a relationship with me. It'll seem great. We'll look victorious and successful. But you kind of got to indulge me in something in their shadowy nature. Self-centered, emotionally defensive, whatever it is. And that's not an equally balanced, loving relationship. So I think some people who harness some more worldly focused or shadowy Capricorn energy have an opportunity to move forward aligned with love within themselves and other people in their life who are like that, and they're not going to do it. They're kind of, life is about learning lessons, and they might have some lessons to learn and growing up to do. In tarot, we have the pages and the knights and the kings and the queens and the emperors and the empresses. And the knight would just be someone who has some growing up to do. And they might be more motivated and inspired by the world right now in their career. They could be more in their ego and think people should indulge them and chase them. They could be self-centered, and they've got some lessons to learn. If they want to have people move forward with them in an energy of love, they got some growing up to do. And for some of you who have been in relationships with people like that, you're listening to your intuition. The other way this can go is you could have wanted to move forward with someone, and if your intuition is telling you not to move forward with the person you're in a relationship with, who might present themselves as being an emotionally stable person, and as you're kind of living your life, you might have different types of people approach you. The Knight of Wands is a card of communication. Some people want to stop you from moving forward, loving and believing in yourself, and manifesting your dreams into reality, and getting in relationships with other people that will treat you in a just and fair and loving manner because they want you to indulge them in a relationship. Other people are going to come towards you saying, I realized, listening to my intuition also, that I was moving forward kind of in a relationship that I could realize I was operating more from pride and ego, or the person I was in a relationship was more about image and status. And I too am listening to my intuition, and I too believe in my dreams, and I've looked at life from a higher perspective, and I view you as someone I could truly move forward with in an emotionally balanced, loving relationship. So as you move forward in life, you could have some people leave your life if they didn't put in work and effort to work together with you in a loving, balanced manner. They could have been trying to manipulate you. They don't want to do the relationship the way you want to do it. They want you to give up on believing in your dreams to indulge them in a relationship because you have lessons yet to learn. And they'd happily teach you those lessons if you want to get back in a relationship with them. And some of you are like, nope, I'm listening to my intuition. I've been burned before and I don't want to be burned again. I have a dream. And what you're doing is high vibe Sagittarius is you're listening to your intuition about who you're going to move forward with because you have done this work and to wrap your brain around this game of life. High vibe Sagittarius is about higher education and learning. And you've learned some lessons in life of I've learned that if I get in a relationship with people who are more image focused or immature or self-centered or whatever, who present themselves whatever way they want to be in the world, but they're not really who they say they are. They're deceptive and manipulative. They're not telling the truth. The dream really isn't going to come into reality with them. I'm going to listen to my intuition. And as I move forward in life, I'm going to listen to my intuition about anyone I might approach on my way. Some of you might have communicated with someone in your life that you feel is someone that you could have a dream come into reality with, and that you might think maybe could be moving forward in a little bit of a shadowy way. And you could have tried to inspire them to love and believe in themselves to move forward in a relationship with you. So lots of scenarios here, but that's what could be going on in Capricorn energy. Some people are trying to stop people from having their dreams come into reality. You're supposed to indulge me, and I'm supposed to be the center of attention. And I might not ever pop up in your life until you seem like you're about to have your dreams come into reality. And then because I'm in my ego and I want you to boost my ego, I want you to leave those people and come indulge me in a relationship. And then I'll probably leave again because all I wanted was for you to not pick those people and reconfirm to me that I'm the center of your universe, and then I'll leave you again, you know? So let's go see what is going on next. I think, though, people are going to be taking action. There will be communication and movement. What is coming up next in Capricorn energy? Okay. We have a card not showing itself, and that came out because of the Four of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. The people who are in more shadowy Capricorn energy, more aligned with their emotionally defensive or egoic or self-centered nature, those people don't want to put in work and effort to go within to figure out why they do what they do. They just, because it could be what they don't want to see the truth of is that they really ignore love. And they don't want to do love. I get hurt doing love. I want to use my emotions manipulatively in a relationship to get what I want. I don't want to put in work and effort. And, if there's someone who's sad, I'll go see if I can go get in a relationship with them. We're either willing to, the truth sets us free. Some people don't want to see the truth. That life is an adventure to be lived. And in order to really live life, it's about being bold and brave and confident enough to be in loving relationships, because love's the highest energy of all, right? I mean, when we're in a loving environment, that's where we grow and thrive, to our highest potential. But some people are unwilling to do that because other relationships in the past didn't work out. And it's like they gave up on their dreams. It's like, nope, not doing love, not going to listen to my intuition. Why would they do that? Probably because they haven't put in work and effort to offer them self-love, to have a very strong emotional foundation within themselves, to believe that if they were to do love again and it didn't work out, that they would believe that I can love myself and recover. Some people, maybe they just think it'd be completely devastating to them if they got in a relationship and were vulnerable, because they just aren't somebody who puts in work and effort to kind of wrap their brain around this game of life. And it can really put them up in their head, as it can with all of us, why a relationship didn't work out. But it really is just kind of, trying to see the truth of it. Everybody's got fears and insecurities. Some people aren't being truthful and honest. Some people are immature and indulgent. Some people do get in relationships more for status or image or indulgent purposes. And it's just to see the truth of it, even though it's emotionally confusing. And to just not give up on our dreams. And I think some of you high vibe people are like, you know what? I wish people in my life would move forward with me. Friends, family, love relationships, whatever. But they have to be willing to take that cup of love. Some people were hoping to manipulate you and move away from you because they didn't want to do love. They didn't want to put in work and effort. And they were hoping that if they ignored your love offer, you wouldn't love and believe in yourself and you'd come back and do the relationship they want. Where you basically quit putting work and effort into trying to have the dream that you want. Just indulge them in their ego. You'll be in a relationship that looks like victorious and successful by worldly standards, but it's just not a balanced, loving relationship. You would basically kind of feel like you're missing an emotional opportunity in it. But if you don't believe that you can manifest your dreams into reality, and that takes work and effort, and you have your own fears and insecurities about, well, what if I don't find another relationship, getting all caught up in your mind, that you'd come back and then you'd do the relationship their way. And some of you are like, I'm taking that cup of love, whoever wants to come with can come with. And the reason why you're able to do that other people in a more worldly or shadowy focused Capricorn energy, They don't understand how you're able to do this when they've probably never tempered their ego or their fears or their more immature, indulgent, or self centered way of being, or gotten over the relationships in their past that have made them sad. The reason why you're able to move forward and they're not is because you were willing to put in work and effort in your Virgo nature. And Virgo energy is about going within to shed light on things that you maybe didn't even understand. You were clueless, you were in the dark. And that is that, what? Isn't everybody motivated and inspired by love? And you got to go out and live in the world and realize, no, there's some people that are players. There's some people who are deceptive. There's some people who are prideful and egotistical. They don't want to see the truth of who they are. And they like to present themselves as these, stable, balanced, loving, just fair people, and they're not. And it's just like a social mask that they wear in the world. And it was just to indulge in their ego. They never did plan on moving forward in a love relationship. Maybe because they don't want to do love. They get hurt doing that for some of them. It requires work and effort. They don't want to be in a relationship with people who require them to put in work and effort. They don't want to gain insight about why they do what they do. They don't want to deal. The truth sets us free. You have to be willing to see the truth. Am I immature? Am I selfish? Am I greedy? Am I lazy? Am I prideful? Am I egotistical? Am I bossy and controlling? Do I have past pain and heartbreak that influences the decisions I make in life that I've never dealt with? Well, if they don't deal with them, they're going to keep repeating the same pattern over and over and over. It'll just be someone else next time. So I think you're putting in work and effort with whoever is moving forward with you in your life. And anybody who might come into your life, because you're both people who offer yourself that couple love to get over the relationships of the past that didn't work out. How do we get over the relationships that didn't work out in the past? Is to heal from it. So we give ourselves all the things they wish they had given us. We offer ourselves every day the love, the compassion, the encouragement, all the things we wish that they would have given us so that we heal that wound. And we see the truth that some people are immature, prideful, egotistical, whatever, fearful, whatever. So that we're no longer attracted to getting in relationships with people like that. Because why were we initially attracted to people like that? We could have just been kind of immature and impulsive and realized that, it doesn't work out. So then we realize we don't want to go out with people like that anymore. We could have been tempted by, got caught up in the illusion of the world, like, oh my gosh, isn't this what we're supposed to do? And this would seem so victorious and successful. But we just really had to learn to love ourselves. And so then it can kind of fall apart because we just still have work to do within ourselves. Both people could. So what's coming up next for Capricorn after that? The Ten of Swords and the Death card because of the Eight of Wands. What you and the people in your life that are moving forward with you, or any new relationship you might get in, or a relationship you're currently working on, is that both you and the people you're with are people who've completed a cycle. There's a maximum of 10 in each suit. And if you're in high vibe energy, you actually go through all these different thoughts and your fears and your insecurities and all that stuff to finally complete a way of living your life, coming out with the truth that this is over. This way of living my life, if you just used to sit in certain thoughts and emotions that weren't conducive to you moving forward, it's like seeing the truth of it. If I want to move forward in life, I got to put an end. We can all have different thoughts and emotions. Which ones do we pick up, wrap in a blanket, feed a bottle, burp, and grow for years? And which ones do we say, I've nursed that enough, those thoughts and those emotions. I need to offer love and compassion and forgiveness to them so I can set them aside and pick up some different thoughts and emotions that I choose to hold on to and nurture and encourage and feed and burp and grow to adulthood. You're putting an end to being in non-life-giving energy. If you were in relationships with other people who harness shadowy Scorpio energy, regardless of what zodiac sign they are, if they're people who are kind of emotionally shallow and superficial, and they like to keep their emotions buried beneath the surface, you harness high vibe Scorpio energy, which is, I want to be in deep, meaningful relationships. And in order to be in deep, meaningful relationships, I have to detach from some of my old ways of being. I can't be prideful and egotistical and self-centered. I can't use my emotions manipulatively in a relationship. I can't be immature and impulsive. I can't reject love. I can't refuse to put in work and effort. I need to put an end to some of my old ways of being that it's time for me to outgrow and shed. And I need to learn to love myself and put in work and effort to put an end to some of my ways of being that aren't conducive to me moving forward, looking at life as an adventure to be lived. And if I have people in my life that try to stop me from believing in myself and believing in my dreams and listening to my intuition, and they try to maybe be intimidating or controlling, or, shadowy Scorpio can be people who end up becoming like private detectives in a relationship, or kind of like a narcissist. And it's like, I have a dream. And same way, if some people know they're in a relationship right now, but they're in a relationship with someone who doesn't put in work and effort, and they feel like they're missing an opportunity and love, they're going to stop moving forward with those people. They're no longer going to move forward with those people. And they're going to be inspired to listen to their intuition. That's the Knight of Wands is about being inspired. And high vibe, Seven of Swords, is I have a dream and I'm not letting go of my dream, and I'm going to listen to my intuition. This person might be willing to indulge me in a relationship, might really want me to move forward in a relationship with them, but why? Is it because of ego and image? Is it because they went through a painful ending? Because a relationship they had been in didn't work? Are they willing to put in work and effort? Are they willing to detach from old ways of being? Are they emotionally shallow and superficial? So, as people listen to their intuition to retreat from people in their life that they don't want to move forward with, they're also moving away from other people in their life that they know aren't willing to also, so it's both ways. You got to pay attention to the people in your past who is truthful and honest and just and fair, and who in your present life and as you move forward are people who are inspired to start fresh and new, who also are tired of repeating certain patterns of ways of being or ways of thinking or ways of living their life that have become stagnant and stale and unloving, and like it needs to go. And part of it could just be making your life more about love than about the world, because Virgo energy, we can all get caught up in the world of ego and image and all that stuff. Shadowy Virgo, worldly Virgo, is more about that the long-term goal is to be the King of Pentacles. I want the status, I want the image, I want the money, I want the things, and thinking those things will make you happy. And some people have already lived enough life to know that it just, you could substitute a lot of things. What am I going to indulge in the world? You could substitute a lot of things for money and materialism and status and image, drugs, alcohol. The things of the world are meant to be enjoyed from a place of love, not in place of loving yourself. Because otherwise, all you have is those things. And eventually, all the loving people in your life don't even want to be in a relationship with you anymore because you're so consumed with those things of the world, whatever they might be. And so some people already know they don't want to make their life. We all put in work and effort to be, to have stability and security and enjoy the finer things in life. But not everybody makes that the center. That's their whole dream in life. More important than love. Other people just could have realized that some people are more motivated and inspired by those things than love. And they're detaching from those people, the people from their past, and the people in their the people that it could be in their life and the people they meet in their future. If that's your truth, no, I'm not moving forward with you. You don't do love? Yeah, no. I'm moving forward. Tell us what else is coming up for Capricorn energy. So detaching from old things, moving forward and offering love to new people as you move forward. Some of the people in your life will move forward with you. Some of those people won't. Some of those people will try to stop you from moving forward and tempt you to indulge them in a relationship because they could think that you're sad for some reason. But what they don't know is that you've put in work, you're doing all this work within yourself, because some of you maybe aren't in a relationship right now, but the whole reason you're not in a relationship right now is you're doing this work within yourself to emotionally detach and free yourself from the past. But some people might think that you're sad. And I think you're emotionally balanced and loving yourself and inspired to move forward. You're just releasing this old baggage from your life, thoughts, emotions, past pain, heartbreak, whatever, before you move forward in something new. And if any of those people come towards you, you might tell them about the things that you have learned that you're inspired by and how you're not interested in repeating old patterns and you're moving forward. And that'll be enough to make some of the immature, shadowy people run away because, like, oh shit. Because shadowy energy likes to play on your fear and your insecurity and your pride and your ego and your more immature, indulgent, or lustful, greedy nature. When they find out you're all inspired about moving forward, it's like, I don't want to move forward. No way. Right away you let them know I'm moving on. If you want to come with, you can come with, but I'm not repeating any old patterns. High vibe Scorpio is I've transformed my life. Kind of like a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. I've done all that work within myself, and it can be a painful process in the Ten of Swords to emotionally detach from giving in to my more immature, impulsive, lustful, greedy, prideful, I want what I want nature. But I want to transform my life. I don't want to repeat those patterns of ways of being or relationship. So what's coming up for you? Page of Cups. Having that hopeful, believing nature to be able to wish the past peace and let that foundation go. Getting back to that pure, innocent nature of hope and faith and belief and love. And the people that are shadowy in your life, they have put an end to having like their more emotionally vulnerable nature out in the world. They let go of that foundation. Now they're just living from their ego and their more immature, indulgent nature. And then when they get in relationships with other people, they do these things in a relationship to like ignore their love, are kind of deceptive and manipulative, kind of immature, kind of intimidating and controlling. All these things to get the people that are in relationship with them to not love and believe in themselves anymore and to give up on their dreams and live more from their mind than their heart and make their life about being codependent and indulgent and feeling unloved, so that they keep looking to this person as like, oh, but I need you in my life. No. God made you to be self-sufficient. We like being in relationships with other people, but being in a relationship with someone who acts in unloving ways, unkind, unjust, unfair, emotionally shallow, superficial, self-centered, that's not love. And they're trying to hope that if they can convince other people to not love and believe in themselves and give up on their dreams, then they'll keep indulging them in a relationship. And maybe being in a relationship with the people that they're wanting to stay in a relationship would make them look like they're victorious or make them feel like they won. But that'd be like the devil winning over the energy of love. Do not let shadowy people or your own shadowy nature have victory over your hopeful, believing, loving nature. So what are the shadowy people going to do? Right now, they're trying to deceive and manipulate someone else into being in a relationship. And um, they don't want people to know that they ignore love and that the main reason for whatever relationship they get in is to either be indulged or because of money and materialism and status and image. If there's people in their life who let go of being in a relationship with them, some of them are in quite shadowy energy and they want to backstab and betray those people. Look, you loving, hopeful, believing people, look at me. I got in a new relationship. I am not interested in moving forward with you. Is that really upsetting your foundation? That's not a good reason to get in a relationship. Is I want to tell the people who ended a relationship with me, like, ha ha, is that really destabilizing you? Are you going to come back now and do it my way? And I think some of you have just seen enough of these types of people with their poor behavior, and I think you're like, yeah, I see again, you're choosing to make bad decisions in your life out of fear, insecurity, pride, ego, and whatever it is, or emotional defensiveness or addiction. And I wish you peace. So what's coming up for the people in high vibe Capricorn energy? What do they not see coming? Okay. We have this card not showing itself, and it came out because of the Two of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. One thing this could be saying is if you previously had been in a relationship with someone, you know, as you were growing up and learning lessons in life, you've been able to detach from a foundation. That could be a job, it could be a friend group, it could be a family group, it could be a romantic interest, it could be a family you created with someone else. You're able to detach from it with the Ten of Swords, the Death card, and the Tower card, because you can't align in a long-term foundation with those people. Not like you don't see them at Christmas and wish them peace, but they build their life on an unstable foundation. It's not based on love. It's based on some of those shadowy characteristics I talked about. If it's not that and it's just between yourself and yourself, you've been able to realize that indulging in the world and in your ego and the things of the world didn't bring you what you thought it would. And so you decided to detach from that and to communicate to your own inner youthful, hopeful, believing nature that I'm letting go of that foundation. I'm going to love myself and believe in myself. And I want to move forward with other people in the world that don't make their life about all that as the, you know, be all end all. Again, we can have balanced relationships where we have stability and security and abundance and status and image, you know, but it's operating and being in them because of a foundation built on love. That's how you have a solid foundation, not when it's built on something other than love. And as one relationship, it's kind of like, you know, with the Death card here too, when one door closes and we're willing to emotionally detach from that, you know, new doors and opportunities open for us. And you may have someone, you know, life-giving energy is telling you there will be new beginnings for you. But we can't have new beginnings if we keep indulging in our shadow nature. You know, if we keep investing time, energy, and effort into ways of being in our life that aren't, you know, like taking steps in this direction, thinking, oh, I'll just keep indulging over here, and when this ever comes up, then I'll go that way. Well, by the time we've done that, we're not where we used to be. You know, life has a momentum to it, and eventually the ball starts rolling the other direction. To think we can cheat the system and indulge in our ego for a while until that new opportunity comes up, or until other people end a relationship, and then when they end it, then I'll go get in a relationship with them. We're just not even going to be the same person we were. You know, we should be conducting ourselves in our life like we would if we had the people in our life, you know, because then we're living our life like we would live our life if we had those people in our life. not living our life. You know, you can imagine the extremes of how people could go live their life. Well, because I'm not in a relationship right now, or I don't have that job. So you keep taking steps to bring the dream into reality, not kind of indulging in the other direction. Tell us about what people who harness some shadowy Capricorn energy have coming up that they don't see coming up. Well, we have a card not showing itself because of the King of Swords, the Seven of Wands. Well, the other way this could be interpreted is, whenever a card isn't showing itself, it kind of makes me think that that's something other people don't know about you. Some people might view you as very loving, but they don't know how stable and grounded and abundant you are in so many ways. Some people might just view you as a loving person. That's why some people could think they could come indulge in you. Like, oh, if I go offer them a cup of love, I'm sure they'll want to come be in a relationship with me because they're all about love or being in relationships. And it's like, no, again, the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles is Virgo energy. No, I have a lot of insight about life. And I've really, in my Sagittarius energies about higher education, I've really wrapped my brain around life. And I have no interest in moving forward with people who are immature and unstable. If you're not operating from a foundation of love and have insight and understanding and abundant in many ways within yourself, then I'm not interested in being in a relationship with you. And that's what some people don't know about you. And if, as you move forward in your life, some other people who might make you a small offer of love, thinking you'll just like go for it in the Eight of Wands, kind of an impulsive, indulgent energy of Sagittarius, they might be in for a surprise because you're not willing to backstab and put an end to your dreams for someone who's offering very little emotionally. And they'll have a tower moment when they realize you have a much more stable foundation than they thought you did. Now, for the people in shadowy energy, what they don't see coming is that they might come across a lot more people in their life that are standing up for themselves, that aren't in their pride and their ego and their more immature, indulgent nature, who don't operate from ego and emotional defensiveness like they do. I sometimes view the King of Swords as people who in their Libra energy, they don't have to be a Libra sun sign, it's just how they harness their Libra energy. They're tipped into listening more to their mind than their heart, and maybe just being more practical and logical, thinking life's about, I get hurt doing love, I should make my life about money and materialism. If I look like a shining star, people are going to want to be in a relationship with me because I look victorious. And then I'm going to get in a relationship with them, and I'm not really going to do love. I really got in the relationship more for status and image and money and materialism. And then I'm going to put in work and effort to make them give up on their dreams so they'll keep indulging me and stay in a relationship with me because it looks victorious by worldly standards. What they don't see coming is that if there's people previously that they could have like backstabbed and betrayed and ended things with, thinking those people wouldn't love and believe in themselves, those people are. They're standing up for themselves. They harness high vibe Leo energy. They're harnessing shadowy Leo egoic energy. And the other people love and believe in themselves. And they're standing up for themselves. And they're leaving their life. Because also in shadowy Libra energy, they could be people who, again, however they view life and the world and relationships, they could think that they should be the boss. They make the rules. If they say something's just and fair, it's just and fair. But being just and fair is being authentic and honest and vulnerable and being willing to grow and mature yourself and put an end to your more immature ways of being, to detach from your past pain and heartbreak and fear and insecurity, to be free, because high vibe energy of love is about being free and truth and justice and fairness and love. But they think they know better. And what they don't see coming is that the high vibe people have probably left their life. Some of the prideful, egotistical people could have left their life too. If they're very self-centered, bossy, controlling, egotistical, even the other shadowy people could have left their life. um, but they might get someone who is defensive to be in a relationship with them, but they might get someone who's kind of immature, someone who's looking to them to offer them love because they haven't learned to love themselves, and could be a person who's very codependent on them, because that is shadowy energy, is being codependent. They could also get someone who comes into their life who presents themselves also in Libra energy as being very just and fair and practical and grounded. And this seems like a wonderfully victorious relationship. We should get in a relationship. I don't want to detach from my more worldly focused life. I could get hurt doing love. I don't want to be in relationships with people who want me to grow and mature myself either. And they might be someone who thinks their truth is the truth. Then you could have two people being in a relationship that both operate from ego and emotional defensiveness, but neither one shows that. They both try to present themselves as very just and fair and practical and logical and balanced. Libra aspect within us can be that public politician aspect within us, going out in the world and trying to present this illusion of how just and fair we are and successful we are and loving family people. And, we've detached in the past and we're moving forward in a new beginning, but really they're both emotionally unstable and defensive and like to be the boss. So that'll be fun to watch if any of you guys think you know some people in your life that harness some shadowy Capricorn energy. Some people in shadowy Capricorn energy could let go of standing up for themselves, and they align more with living more from their mind than their heart, thinking that's just and fair. They could go get in a relationship with someone and repeat a pattern. Maybe some of those people will get in a relationship with a Libra or someone who harnesses some shadowy Libra energy. So we'll leave it there, Capricorn. Some people are moving forward, no longer putting in work and effort with people in their life who ignored their love, and they're detaching and moving forward in life, communicating with other people and trying to inspire other people in their life to move forward. But if those people aren't willing to move forward or aren't communicating, aren't offering love, then it's wish a peace. I let you go. I'm moving on. And the shadowy people are unwilling to step out of their comfort zone, unwilling to put in work and effort to wrap their brain around this game of life. Maybe aren't loving and believing in themselves and offering them self-love, and those people are going to go repeat a pattern. Let's go ask what the pattern being repeated is. Well, it's definitely with the Seven of Swords. It's about making your life more about ego and image and not wanting to listen to your intuition. Having mental conflict, and instead of choosing love to guide your decisions and intuition, it's letting your mind or your fear or your insecurity or your lust or your greed or your ego make the decision in your life. What is the pattern they're going to repeat? The Five of Swords. I have mental conflict about learning the lesson I was meant to learn from past life experience, to take that lesson and add it to my foundation so I can quit repeating this pattern and move forward in a new way. And instead, I'm going to invest in my more immature way of thinking, logic, and reasoning. So we either indulge our more immature nature or we put in work and effort to grow and mature ourselves. So that having a problem, mental conflict about investing in the truth. And so staying in denial of the truth and investing in other people who are kind of immature in their thinking, logic, and reasoning, who also might be more about indulgence or ego or winning and thinking that'll make you happy. I just don't. It's going to. The Five of Swords is like a short term victory because the devil, our shadow nature, is represented by the devil. It's a shallow victory. You know, the devil makes us think, oh, but it'll be great. You'll have everything. You'll look so successful. You'll be the winner. You'll look victorious. You know, it'll give you an ego boost. You'll feel better. But it doesn't last. It's just like all the things that people indulge in the world. Well, if I just drink more of that, if I pop more of that, if I eat more of that, you know, it becomes an addiction because I need more and more and more to get the buzz. And it can be ego and image and money and materialism. It doesn't fill the void. The only thing that fills the void is loving ourselves and putting an end to our more immature nature and loving ourselves to detach from an unstable foundation to move forward in our life, growing and maturing ourselves. So there you go, Capricorn. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.